So hello everyone, today I'll be completing part 2 from question number 101 to 200 for set A. Before setting this, I would like to give a small correction. Question number 67 is that previously I've given answer 1 and 3 but actually it is wrong. So thank you for the correction. The answer is C, that is he can also take part in, he can also be a member of the committee. So the answer is 1, 2 and 3, not as mentioned in D. It's actually C. And the next correction is from question number 97 is to an astronaut the space the earth appears to be blue, not black. So please correct this. And from question number 101 to 200, if you have any doubts or if you have any correction, please let me know. I will correct this also. So thank you for the correction and let's start with the video. Question number 101, baby blue syndrome is associated with the pollution of water by. So the baby blue syndrome is also called as the is also called the caused by nitrates, and this is called the infant methemoglobinemia, and this is caused by nitrates in which the baby appears blue in color due to the excess nitrates in water. Regarding sulfur, it is caused due to Minamata. It causes Minamata disease. Question number 102. Which CD is known as the Cottonopolis of India? So it is Mumbai. Whereas Ahmedabad is also known as the Manchester of India, and Coimbatore is also known as the Manchester of South India. Question number 103. In the year 1882, Theosophical Society was founded in India in Adyar in Chennai, Tamil Nadu, and it was founded by Madame Blavatsky and H.S. Holcott in the year 1875. However, for India, it is established in 1882. Question number 104. So, the Speaker of the Lok Sabha has the power to adjourn the House same day, but on prorogation, it is only the President who can summon the House. Yes, the President can summon and prorogue the House, but the power of adjournment lies with the Speaker of the Lok Sabha. It's correct. The second term is also correct, that after 5 years the Lok Sabha automatically dissolves if there's no extension due to emergency or order of president. Next is the speaker remains in office even after the dissolution of the house, and this is called the pro tem speaker. And since all the options are correct, the answer is D. In which year Arya Samaj split into two sects? So it split in 1893. The meat eating group was led by Mahatma Hansraj, and the veg eating was led by Swami Shraddhanand. So the answer is 1893, option D. Zugu Valley is located in the border of Nagaland and Manipur. So the Zugu Valley is located between the Nagaland and Manipur border in the Bareil Range. The Bareil Range is the range that runs perpendicular to the three ranges, and it forms a boundary between Nagaland and Manipur. Carbon dioxide in atmosphere amounts to 0.03%. The major gases are nitrogen, which is 78%, 21, which is oxygen, and remaining gases such as carbon dioxide, which is 0.03, neon, argon, etc. in minute quantities. Which is the oldest race in India? The oldest race is the Negroids, in which the only remaining are almost extinct in the Andaman and Nicobar Island. So the answer is Negroids. Is 34 a main, medium mode, or standard deviation? So the answer is mode, because mode is defined as the number series in which a number repeats more than once. Which repeats the most is called mode. So in this number 34 is repeating 2 times, so this is mode. Which is the second largest religion in Nagaland? The first is Christian with 87.93%. The second is Hindus with 8.75%, and the rest are Muslim 2.47%, Jainism 0.10%, and Buddhist is 0.34%. Who led the Ramosi tribal revolt of 1822? It was led by Chittor Singh against heavy assessment of land revenue, and it was before the revolt of 1857. Which Naga show was depicted as the in a special postal cover released by Indian Post in August 2021. So it is Chakesang Shoal. Because Chakesang Shoal received the GI tag in 2017, Nakachili was the first GI tag which received in 2008, followed by Tritameta, which was given in 2014. Which is the largest freshwater lake in India? So Wolar Lake is the largest freshwater lake in India. However, the largest lake in terms of salt is Chilka Lake in Orissa. When a runner is crossing the 12-kilometer mark, she is informed that she had completed 80% of the race. So we can write this as, since she has completed 80%, so we can write 80 by 100 of the total is equal to 12. So if you calculate the value of x, it comes to 15 kilometers. Next, who established the Sanskrit College in 1791 in Benares? So it was founded by Jonathan Duncan, who was a resident of the East India Company. Next, 116. Which of the following is included in the original jurisdiction? So under Article 131 of the Constitution, it provides for the original jurisdiction of the Supreme Court. Original jurisdiction means that only the Supreme Court has the power to appeal on the first. So in this jurisdiction, that a dispute between the government of India and one or more states is entertained, and dispute between two or more states is entertained only between states and the government, between states and states in one hand, government in one hand, and the states in the other hand. These are the conditions for the original jurisdiction. So the answer is only 1 and 4, and it is provided under Article 131 of the Indian Constitution. Hematite is an ore of, so hematite is an ore of iron. There are many ores of iron, such as hematite, magnetite, siderite, and limonite. And magnetite is the ore with the highest concentration of iron. However, hematite is the only mineral where iron is extracted profitably. So the answer is iron. Tuberculosis is an aerial disease. By which amendment precedent essence to Constitution Amendment Bill is obligatory? So the answer is 24th Amendment of 1971, which also allowed the Parliament to amend any part of the Constitution, including the fundamental rights. However, after the Keshavananda Bharati case of 1973, it was prohibited that the Constitution can amend any part of the Indian Constitution subject to the reason that it should not hamper upon the basic structure of the Constitution. So the answer is D. The setting up of district planning committee is provided under Article 243 ZD of the Constitution. If we look at the other options, 243 ZA pertains to elections in the municipalities, ZE relates to the metropolitan committee, and ZC relating to the parts that are not applicable to some areas. 121. The average marks of 100 students is given to be 40. It is later found out that one of the students is 53, which was misled at 83. What is the correct mean of marks? So to calculate this, we need to assume that the total marks is x divided by total 100 is equal to the correct mean is 40. So by cross multiplying, we get 4000. So x is equal to 4000. 4000 is the total marks obtained by the 100 students. From here you minus 83 and you plus 53, and after that you divide the answer by 100 again, so you'll get 39.7. The nomination of candidates for the office of the president is provided by 50 proposers and 50 seconders. 123. Devanam Priya Ashoka was mentioned in the Maski Ethics, and it was written in Brahmi, and it is located in Karnataka. 124. The first 5-year plan focused on agriculture. The second 5-year plan focused on heavy industry. The fifth 5-year plan focused on removal of poverty, Garibi Hatao, and 11 on inclusive growth. So the answer is B. T.D. Kosambi, the author of the famous book The Introduction of Study of Indian History, was written in 1956, and it revolutionized Indian historiography with realistic approach. So it was written in 1956. Total number of major tribes in Nagaland is 16 tribes as per the Nagaland government website. The famous British historian and noted Indologist died in Arthur Lewin Basham, who wrote Wonder That Was India, died in Calcutta in 1986. Bushu is the primary festival of the Kacharis. Pujuri celebrate Yamshe, Lotha celebrate Tokoimung. The National Panchayat was celebrated on 24th of April, and it was celebrated because on 24th of April the 73rd Amendment of 1992 was passed. Which among the following is famous for saffron cultivation? So Jammu Kashmir is the only state that produces saffron. Fast and inclusive growth is provided under dual 5-year plan. Identify the Vice Chancellor of Nalanda University during the time of Guptas. So this question number 132 is a debatable question. Please see the answer, because I have checked all the website, and in the official Nalanda University website it shows that Dignaga was also a faculty of the Nalanda University, whereas Dharmapala was also a um, faculty of the Nalanda University. So between Dignaga and Dharmapala may be the answer. So please check the answer and let me know. Next, 133. Which of the following is an source of income for the Gram Panchayat? So this is the levy of duties. Income tax is central government, professional tax is provided by the state government, and sales tax also. So the answer is levy duties. Which one of the following is not an Angami language? So the not Angami language is Sumi, because according to the website of Nagang Puchuri languages, Angami is related to Chokre, Kezo, Mao, and Pumai. What is the minimum age for contesting the local elections? So the local elections is 21 years. Peasant movement in India 1920 to 1950 is a classical work written by D.N. Danagare in 1983. Nagaland was formed as a separate state in 1963, 1st of December 1963, as the 16th state of India through the as the 16th state of the Indian Union. Identify the personality who is associated with the paper Voice of India. So the Voice of India was written by Dadabhai Naoroji, and it was written in 1883 from Bombay. To detect obstacles in the beds produce ultrasonic waves. So how best detect ultrasonic waves? So suppose this is a bed and this is an obstacle. The bed will release the ultrasonic wave, and when it returns back, the bed will know the exact location of the obstacle, and in this way it can escape from the obstacles. Next, the unit of measurement of sound is decibel. Who is the father of the Green Revolution in India? M.S. Swaminathan. But the Green Revolution in the world is Norman Borlaug. The famous 3 volumes of Indian history entitled The History of India was written by J.S. Mill in 1817. Bharatnatyam is the famous Indian classical dance from Tamil Nadu. Tattva Bodhini Patrika was written by Devendranath Tagore on 16th of August 1843. Next, 145. So, vitamin D is responsible for absorption of calcium. Vitamin K is responsible for blood clotting. Vitamin A is good for skin and eyes, and vitamin E is an important antioxidant. So the option is B. And if you look at the scientific name, vitamin A is retinol, which deficiency leads to night blindness. T leads to calciferol, which leads to rickets and osteomalacia. E is chemical name is tocopherol, which deficiency leads to heart problem. And K is phyloquinine, and this leads to hemorrhage. So the answer is B. The main objective of the Anhodaya program was to uplift the poor, and it was started in 25 of September 2014. The second 5-year plan was given importance to industrialization, and this model was also known as the P.C. Malanobis model. Who is the founder of the Anu-Islam Samiti in the year 1902? There are many variations of this answer. According to Spectrum India, it should be Pramodas Mitar, who founded it in Midnapur. However, an associate of this, Satish Chandra Basu, is also given, so you can choose this answer. Next, in which of the following states or union there is Dogri language is spoken? So it is Jammu and Kashmir. Who is identified as Luckbox by poets and people? So Luckbox means the giver of lucks because he was a very generous king, and this king is referred to Qutb-ud-Din Aibak. A classical musical instrument played by the Nagas is Pettu, which is a one-string instrument played by the Angamis and the Chaksans. Persons with blood group universal donor is called O. Specifically, O negative is a universal donor, not O positive. Who started the Deccan Education Society and two journals, Kesari and Marathi? Many of the aspirants might have problem with this because they think that the answer is B.G. Tilak. However, the answer is G.G. Akarkar because G.G. Akarkar was a co-founder of the Deccan Education Society, and he was also the editor of the student newspaper. Although B.G. Tilak was the founder of this, he was an editor of this. So the answer is G.G. Akarkar. Which leader of Indian national movement was known as Master Da? So he is referred to Surya Sen, who played an important role in the civil disobedience movement in 1930. Al Hilal is a newspaper which is written by Maulana Abul Kalam Azad. In the parliamentary form of government, the members of the council of ministers are collectively responsible to the popular house of the parliament, also known as the Lok Sabha. It is provided in Article 75 of the Indian Constitution. Which one of the following handicrafts is not important? So silk weaving is not important to the Nagas. So question number 158. There is no mention of no confidence motion in constitution. Correct. And the non-constitutional motion can be introduced only in the Lok Sabha. Correct. So this is provided Article 1, Article 75, and option C is the correct answer. The famous Parsi religious reform movement association called Renumai Mazdayasan Sabha was founded by Dadabhai Naoroji in 1851, and it was also known as a religious reform association. Hampi Ruins was written by Longhurst, and he wrote it in 1982. It was a famous book on Vijayanagar kingdom. So coming to the numericals, the answer 161 is B, 106%. What is the ratio of the average temperature to Chennai and Bangalore? So to calculate this, just add Chennai this with and you divided by 5, you'll get the answer. And Bangalore also, you add all this divided by 5 because we are told to find the average, and this you divide the temperature of Chennai with Bangalore, you find a ratio. This is the answer. So the answer is 107 to 91. Next, what is the difference between average? So in this question, you May and February. So in this question, you find the average of all this May. The month of May, 28 plus 22 plus 14 plus 18 plus 38 divided by 5 minus the next month is what? The next month is February. So you also do the same thing for February and find out the answer. So subtracting the May and February, you'll get the answer. So the answer is 3 degrees Celsius. Same you do with the question number 164, you'll get 5, and 165 you'll get answer 109.09. Question number 166 is a little debatable question because I have not been able to solve the question, so we will just wait for the official answers. Next, how many students are there in the class that plays cricket? So the answer is D, because the question is asking how many students plays cricket. First of all, in the first statement, it is given that only boys play cricket. However, it does not say how many boys play cricket. It says only boys play cricket. So the statement 1 is insufficient. Next, there are 40 boys and 40 girls. However, the question is asking students, so it may be girls or boys. So both the statement does not provide ample information, so the answer is D, that is neither of them. Next, in which year was Rohan born? So first, the statement is Rohan is 25 years younger than his mother. So if her mother was 25 years, then she should be 0 years. And next is Rohan's brother was born in 1964. So we are getting a time. And from there we can minus the 35 years, which will be for the mother. And from there, if you subtract again 25, so you'll get the data for Rohan's age also. So the answer is both 1 and 2 are sufficient to find the answer. Total salary of A, B, C, and D, E, whose average salary is 65,780 is, so A plus B plus C plus D plus E divided by 5 is equal to 65,000 something. Now, so the first statement is total salary of B and C. So B and C data we already got it. D and E also we got it. So putting this B and C, D and A, you will be able to substitute the answer of A. So both statement 1 and 2 is needed to answer the question. So answer is C. How is X related to Y? So Y says I have only one brother, but he may also have a sister. X says he has only one sister, but he also may have a father. So neither of them is sufficient. So the answer is D. The largest producer of oil seed is Madhya Pradesh. My Journey Transforming Dreams into Actions was written by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. A traditional form of theatre, Shumang Lila, is related to Manipur. The first woman sportswoman who won the gold medal in shooting was Avani Lekhari. She is a Paralympic shooter. 175 is motto is Together for a Shared Future. Italian Grand Prix is Daniel Ricciardo. Wimbledon 2021 men's final was won by Novak Djokovic. 178. The best picture is Nomadland, which was directed by Kole Zhao. The Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu is M.K. Stalin, who is the leader of the Dravida Mukha Kazhagam. This card is related to education, which stands for Digital Infrastructure for School Education. The United Nations has accepted India's proposal to declare 2023 as the year of millets. The highest Gallantry award is Paramveer Chakra. And who is not the recipient of Dada Saheb Phalke is Amir Khan. Rest of the actors have received Dada Saheb Phalke, the latest being Rajnikant, who received this year. Jeff Bezos is Amazon. The recently launched Akash NG is a surface-to-air missile, and it is a mid-range missile released by the DRDO and BEL. NISAR satellite is related to India and United States. It stands for NASA ISRO satellite. Panjshir Valley is in Afghanistan. Vinesh Bhogat is a wrestler. Ease of Logistic Portal is released by the Ministry of Commercial Affairs, and it was released by the Federation of Indian Export Organization. Mission Purvodaya is related to steel sector, which aims to accelerate the steel development in India. 191. Which committee recommended total ban on cryptocurrency was SC Guard Committee, which was formed in 2019. The themes of World Day Against Trafficking in Person is victims that lead the way. 193. SICO or Kamau is under the Ministry of Tribal Affairs, Ministry of Minority Affairs, and it was launched in 2014. The Army Staff Chief is General M.M. Naravane, and the newly appointed Air Chief is Vivek Ram Chaudhary. 195. The Chief Justice of India is Justice N.V. Ramana, who is the 48th Chief Justice of India. The current External Minister is Subramaniam Jaishankar. 197. Safe City Index was topped by Copenhagen, and in India, Delhi's rank is 48, whereas Mumbai rank is 50. The International Day of Non-Violence is observed on the birthday of Mahatma Gandhi, which is October 2. The highest motorable way was was recently launched, and it connects Leh to Pangong Lake in Ladakh. And so the answer is Pangong Lake, not Ladakh. And the rank of HDI in India is 131 as per the UNDP 2020 December. So with this, the complete part 1 and part 2 has been completed. Please let me know if there's any doubt or any correction to be made. Thank you all.